frequently now on my social media and followers of my social media are now saying that not only are they witnessing truly disgusting racial behavior online, but also offline too. Right? Now, before anyone dares accuse me of being some kind of woke, lefty, whatever, I've been doing this a long time. I've been in this a long time, right? And a few years ago, I would have even been considered right wing. I would have been considered right wing by a lot of people, even though I was never right wing and I was never left wing. I've always remained centre. It's society that has shifted. Now, a few years ago, I was very outspoken against what they called the woke, the left wing, the radical left, because I could see the damage that they were doing to society. And you need to go back into my content for several years and you can see exactly what I was saying. No one defended this island more than I did online in regards to sharing information about the history of this nation and in regard to standing up to that movement. However, what has happened now in recent times is that those they call the right wing, or shall we call them the radical right wing, far right, whatever name you want to give them, they have now risen and they are creating problems in society. There is a reason why racism was stamped out big time for the last 30 years. It's because it had no place in this island, right? After the death of Stephen Lawrence in the 1990s, race relations in this country improved a great deal. And me personally, I have not experienced racism out there in the real world, right? Not the online virtual world that most people spend their time on. I've experienced plenty of that here online. Oh yeah, totally shameless cowards behind a screen, usually without a face, who just pop off behind a screen saying whatever they like, right? The majority would never have the guts to say that to anyone's face. But out there in the real world, no. However, there are people now who are experiencing that, and it's so wrong and it's so bad. And that is why now, to some people, it looks like, oh, Sarah, have you gone over to the wokies? Have you gone all left? No, I haven't. I'm not the one who shifted. Society did, right? There are those on the right who are a big problem. Now, I don't like talking in terms of right wing, left wing, because it's all rubbish to me. It's absolute nonsense. This whole right wing, left wing, black versus white, Muslims and Jews, it's all nonsense, which is designed to keep humanity itself divided so that everybody doesn't see who the real enemies are, which is all those who are orchestrating in the first place. So to my mind, these divisions are redundant, but to some degree, they do need to be addressed. The biggest danger in this country right now are those people on the right wing who are filled with hatred and anger towards anyone who looks different to them or those who they think don't belong in this country. They are the biggest danger at this point in time in 2026, because you're always going to have governments and puppet pullers and string masters, and you're going to have these radicals on all sides who are a problem. We're going to have religious problem as well, religion extremists, but those ones, they are a problem and they've mobilized, and now they are trying to spread their hatred and poison into society. That is why I am now consistently spreading the message. It does not matter what you look like and your beliefs and your ethnicity, any of that is totally irrelevant. Reject the narrative and choose unity above all else. Because if there's one thing this island is famous for, it's values of fairness and freedom, and anyone acting in that manner is not in line with the true values of this island, nor the spirit or the soul of this island. And ultimately, the soul and the spirit always trump beliefs.